The year was 1954. With their sturdy, broken-down microphones, they were headed for greatness in the American West. Jack and Ron in the morning. If you don't laugh like this, you're probably normal.
The following entertainment special contains mature subject matter. Parents may consider some of the program content unsuitable for children. Parental discretion is advised.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's the bad boys of radio. Here's Jack and Ron.
We are here and ready to go on a Monday, as promised, right here from Othello's Italian Restaurant.
Oh, after a wild Sunday night. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that weather was just unbelievable.
Man. I walked outside for a little bit, and I immediately ran back inside because I heard
Changed underwear?
Well, if I'd been wearing some, but no, the thing is, you're listening to the sirens and everything else. I thought about you.
Oh, well, thank you.
I was watching it, listening to where the storm was moving, and it was moving past my house. Thank goodness.
We were fortunate. We didn't have really anything other than a little wind. And when I say a little wind, maybe 30 mile an hour, which for
that's nothing.
Nothing here. Anyway, it's Jack Dam Elliott, Ron Dam Williams.
Hey.
At Othello's Italian Restaurant, downtown Edmond. They've got great Italian food here. They open at 4 o'clock daily. You will love every minute of your experience here at Othello's Italian Restaurant. And just so you know, they've got another location in Norman. Where they had a lot of damage, by the way, in terms of the tornadoes and so forth last night.
I was going to ask about that because
Othello seems to be okay.
Norman was hit really, really hard from what I could see, the damage and what have you. So, best of luck to all of you who suffered behind that. But anyway, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt your commercial, my man.
Anyway, Othello's has a location on Campus Corner in Norman, as well as this one up here in Edmond at 1 South Broadway in downtown Edmond, where we do our podcast every week. And thanks so much for checking it out. We do about an hour of stupidity, and stupidity it is. Also want to thank the nice people at Flash Holler, the major sponsor of this particular podcast, this video podcast, and I might point out the #1 video podcast in America. So anyway, Flash Holler, they transport merchandise, much like Uber transports people, and they do everything from construction materials to your washer and dryer, sofa, couch, whatever it might be. You need to move something from point A to point B. They can do it for you. We'll give you all the details and tell you more about Flash Holler coming up in just a bit.
There's a lot more than you would expect. I love those folks. Love them.
Good stuff. First, the very first thing we do is asinine trivia, but from what I understand, we always quiz Richard, but Richard's microphone is apparently out. Is that right? Is your mic out, or did you get a new cord for that one?
Yes, sir. It is out today.
No,
Can you yell? Can you yell real loud?
I can yell.
Well, it's real simple today anyway. I mean, a 3-legged dog with no tail and an eye patch could get all these just like that. I like that, like that. You know what I'm talking about?
That's good.
All right. Are you ready for the questions?
Yeah.
Asinine trivia. Trivia is so easy. It's asinine. It's something we came up with years ago to satisfy the members of our sales staff in terrestrial radio when they would come to us with a really cool prize like, 10% off on shoe repair at the local shoe repair store. Not free repair, a coupon good for 10% off on, say, a $50 repair job. Anyway, so be it. We came up with asinine trivia. Here's question 1. Trivia so easy, it's asinine. Richard, number 1. What number comes after the number 1?
Ooh.
Say it again.
2.
2 is right.
Oh, what?
All right, question number 2. How many eyes does the average person have?
Average now. Average.
2.
Okay.
Good. I told you. See, made answer number 1 and number 2 the same. Got it? I'm making it as easy as I can.
Jeez.
Man.
Answer for question 1 and question 2 the same. Now, question number 3 a little bit different. Name the 2 guys who have won more broadcast awards than any other broadcasters in Oklahoma, who enjoy squatting naked under the stars on the top of the Paycom Center while eating Cheetos dipped in chocolate syrup, and who also perform the #1 video podcast in America.
Think about it.
Jack and Ron.
Yeah.
Jack and Ron, you got it.
They're kinky.
Even without a microphone, he was able to come up with the proper answers to those questions. All right. So last night we did have some big storms here in Oklahoma. I had
God, man.
relatives all over the country. Are you okay? Text messaging.
Yeah. You can always tell because on the national news, we were the top story.
Yeah, we were flying this morning. You watched the Today Show this morning, and Al Roker, he was all over it, man. And the entire, and what's his name? The guy who used to be an anchor at Channel 5 locally.
I know you, Slater.
No, the other guy. He used to be a news anchor, a 10 o'clock anchor at Channel 5.
Really?
And he left Morgan Chesky, and now he's a reporter on the Today Show for NBC. A pretty big promotion.
Excuse me.
Yeah, pretty big promotion. I don't know if he left Channel 5 on his own accord or if they didn't renew his contract. Maybe they didn't think he was, quality enough broadcaster for Oklahoma. But now he's with NBC.
See, I was saying the same thing about Jasmine Anderson, who used to anchor the morning news on Fox, the local Fox affiliate.
What happened to her?
Don't know. She's all of a sudden.
Well,
she just went away. Now I heard and or saw them promoting this new young lady, Shelby Love, or someone like that she was coming. And I'm saying, well, what's going to happen to Jasmine? Are they going to share the news desk like so many others? Nope, that wasn't it. They were gone, and I don't know where she is, where she went, or anything like that.
Well, Ariel Rashif was a reporter anchor over at Channel 5. My understanding, and I could be wrong, so don't hold it against me if I'm mistaken. I was under the understanding that maybe they didn't renew her contract at Channel 5 locally, but that's okay. She's with ABC in New York City now, doing quite well. Because I've seen her on Good Morning America.
Now what happens? Now, why is it all of these talented individuals always, jump from here all the way to the stratosphere? And I like to think we are somewhat talented. Nothing wrong with being here. Don't get me wrong, but it's no San Francisco, LA, or New York, or anything like that. Why is that?
I have no clue.
Can you help me, man?
I'd like to be able to help you, but I don't have the answer to that. It's just unbelievable how, But, hey, we've provided plenty of information, entertainment, and all kinds of crap for the people of Oklahoma over the last 40 years. So here we are. I had another little quick thing I wanted to touch on. Last year, a 63-year-old woman in Evansville, Iowa, came forward with a lottery ticket worth $30,000. A winner. Her name is Sandy Crow. And there's a photo of her getting that giant fake check. You know how they make those things out.
Sandy.
But get this. Cops, the police, recently got a call about a disturbance at her home, and things went sideways. When they got there, she was arguing with her roommate, 45-year-old Alvin Larson. He was in the middle of moving out, and police overheard them arguing about the winning ticket. It turned out Alvin was actually the one who bought the ticket. And he had Sandy cash it in because of a number of reasons, to avoid having a portion of the money seized, because he apparently was in debt to the tune of at least $919 in unpaid fines due to the city.
Wait a minute.
So he convinced Sandy to say the ticket was hers so she could cash it and get all of it. Because when you go to the lottery office to cash in a winning ticket, I've been there. When you cash it in, they check for liens against your property, unpaid fines to the city, child support, anything you haven't taken care of, past taxes. If you owe taxes to the IRS or the state, it all comes out of your winning ticket. So keep that in mind.
Oh, yeah. I was listening to you just a moment ago, and I said, he's been there. And then I remembered, yes, you have been there.
Yeah, nothing big.
You've been there twice.
Nothing big. Nothing big.
What if it's enough for you to go there?
Yeah, I mean,
come on now.
Let's put it this way. It was over $600.
I was about to say, be happy, be proud of that, man. I don't think there's a person that goes and gets a scratcher or anything else that wouldn't be rooting for you.
I got you.
Because we didn't win.
There you go. That's always nice to know.
Here's
something
man.
else. They say
where am I going to borrow money from?
In 2023, they say it's time for people to realize that not everyone wants to be a parent. Get this. I read this the other day. If you're sick of that annoying and suffocating pressure, the hurry up, have kids already. All your friends, your parents, grandparents. I want to be a grandparent or whatever. It's kind of freeing for some people to realize, hey, I don't have to, and I don't need to have kids. So listen to some of this stuff. I guess these are basically some testimonials. One lady said, I never really liked or wanted kids, but I figured I would have them eventually because that's what you do. But then there was the year that my 5-year-old cousin got a whistle in her Christmas Cracker Jack box, and she blew it all freaking night. My ovaries shriveled that night to the size of raisins. So apparently no kids for her. Here's another lady who says, I was on my second date with my partner. He said, hey, before we go any further with this relationship, I want you to know I don't want kids. She says, man, I was like, holy crap, that's an option. I was so incredibly happy. We've been together 6 years now. We are happily child-free. And I think I have one or two more of these people. This is this is from a lady who says a boyfriend, an ex-boyfriend now, of course, mentioned that he wanted to have a kid one day. I realized in that moment that I had never thought someone would expect me to have a kid for them.
Yeah, you're the incubator, baby.
I put a bunch more thought into the decision, and then I got my tubes tied at the age of 25. And finally, one other.
Whoa.
These are people who just realize you don't have to have kids.
Yeah, I know, but 25, that's awfully early. You know what I mean?
I hear you.
Man, use some type of.
Because you might change your mind at 30 or 35.
Thank you. Easily do that. 25. Oh man.
This final girl said about having children. She said, when I found out that there were only two ways the baby could come out, and both sounded awful, I decided no kids for me. I totally get it.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you agree or if you disagree or you want to, take the conversation even further, you can always reach us here. You can go ahead and make your comment, or you can reach us at 405-509-5030.
Yeah, that's a brand new Jack and Run. Get it off your mind line, kind of, what's on your mind line. And you can call it, like Ron said, 405-509-5030. Leave us a message anonymously. There's no caller ID affiliated with, so we have no idea who's calling. You can change your voice. You can sound like this. Hey, Jack and Ron, I want to let you know that I went to the toilet. Anything you want to let us know.
Click.
Share it. Share it with us at 405-509-5030.
All right.
We have to get to Too Tough Trivia, don't we?
Yeah, I wanted to say one thing. All right, I'm going to cover my phone up now. Good afternoon, gentlemen. Who says that?
Is it Roy?
No. Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Mike Fields.
That's it.
I got it.
That's it.
And I didn't have to look to find
What's
out.
up, baby?
Mike Fields, our former professional engineer at the radio facility in which we were employed. One of the greatest broadcast engineers in the history of the industry.
So hip. We used to love when we were working at two different studios at our last place of employment, and each time he always made sure that our studio was the first one he checked on. Everything's cool. Shoot the breeze a little bit. And, he's a cool dude, man.
Good guy. I like him. Mike Fields. Thanks for checking us out today, Mike. Appreciate it.
All right. Now,
we had lunch with Mike just a couple weeks ago. Or I did. You popped in and said hi and then left. But I had lunch with Mike and the rest of the kids.
Did you pay for it like you said you were going to do?
I did not do that because I don't remember volunteering that information.
You don't remember?
No, I just know that we were all there and everybody bought their own. And I do remember that you popped in, but didn't even have lunch with us.
Well, I had that emergency I had to deal with.
I didn't realize it.
Well, I said it to everybody.
Well, you said you had a family issue, and I thought, well,
and I told you what it was. I told everybody what it was.
A family issue could be the toilet is stopped.
No. My brother had an issue with his heart.
Oh wow!
Remember I told you that?
I remember that part, but I didn't know that was the reason.
Yeah, that's why I was leaving, because at this point,
well, then I take it back.
He can't drive until
still.
Yeah, I mean he's going to like I said, he's going to Baylor, I believe it is, and Texas to let the experts really look at him and find out what the heck was going on. But anyway, I said I can't believe you didn't remember that, man.
I remember,
it hurts a little bit.
All right. What I mean? Well, I remember your brother having the issue, but I didn't know the issue was the reason for you not having lunch with us. But let's get on to Too Tough Trivia because we're running behind.
Plus, I didn't have money to pay. All right, here we go. Too Tough Trivia. Oh, this is so simple. Where and when were Chinese checkers invented?
New York.
Where and when were Chinese checkers invented?
New York in 1822. Close on either account?
No.
Oh, wow.
No, wrong continent.
Oh, wow. Because I just thought, it sounds funny. Chinese checkers, you would think, in China. But
Oh, it's the same with people think about pizza from Italy.
Right, yeah.
And that they didn't do that.
Yeah.
They didn't. They just happened to popularize it. They didn't invent it or anything. Anyway,
That's the question?
That's your Too Tough Trivia question for today.
Where was it invented?
Where was it
I
created?
said when and where was it invented?
Chinese checkers, when and where?
I'm not going to say whether it's right or wrong because you might get it right.
I can't remember where.
Richard
I
is
know it's
giving.
somewhere in like
You can't remember where?
Europe.
So the question is, so that your answer is wrong already.
It was like it was 91 or 92, I believe.
Really? Was it in Europe?
It's somewhere in that area. I can't
Okay.
remember where.
I bet it was in Amsterdam. Anyway, we'll find out at the end of this podcast. By the way, Stephanie Waller-Wojcinski is checking us out today.
Hey,
too.
Stephanie.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Love you, baby.
Always good
I
to.
know this answer finally.
Say what
I
now?
know this answer. I just can't remember.
You know the answer.
Isn't
Well,
doesn't that really bother you? You know it. You've heard it.
I never know any of these answers.
Okay. Well, come on, man.
Well, by the end of the podcast, you will have the exact answer. All right, we got to get to some audio because we got a lot of
All right.
stuff to share.
And when we
audio-wise.
get back at some point in time, I want to talk about peeing.
All right, we can do that. I mean, there must be a reason for it, and it probably has something to do with medical issues. So
That is correct.
awesome. So we'll get to that here in just a little bit. First, all right, we got to get to some audio. Iggy Azalea, you're familiar with Iggy?
Yeah, she had a big old butt put in, didn't she?
Yeah, she did. It's
Yeah.
kind of like one of the implants in your
Yeah,
hand.
God, implant in your butt.
Oh, anyway.
Holy moly.
Part of that implant can be visited on OnlyFans. OnlyFans is that X-rated site or whatever. I don't know if it's X-rated, but it's a
Fans only.
Is it fans only or OnlyFans? I think it's OnlyFans.
I think there's both.
Okay. Anyway, it said here in
You'll be happy when you get the right one.
my printed copy said OnlyFans. In January, she jumped in to become a member of OnlyFans and charges $25 a month. So you had to pay $25 a month to look at Iggy Azalea dressed in practically nothing. She exposes her breasts and stuff like that.
Is that all? I mean, is that all she's going to do? She's going to, I mean, is
That's
that it?
Yeah, I think so. Anyway, last week,
Jeez.
she was on a podcast, and they talked about how much money she's got coming in and, basically what she shows on her OnlyFans page. Here's what Iggy had to say.
I sat on OnlyFans. I thought about that for about like 4 or 5 months actually, and I will show my breasts or show nudity, or I don't really have a problem with being like overtly sexual when I'm in control of it, or I feel that it has artistic merit.
Wait, so are you posting nudes?
Yes, there's boobs, and I am naked. Yeah, I'm naked. I'm making so much money that I won't even say how much it is.
That's so sick.
That's so sick. I love it.
You know what? I don't know that much about it, but I know a little bit about it, and I believe everything she just said. There's someone that I know that has one of those fans only, OnlyFans, and they make a ton of money.
As long as you have a lot of followers and a lot of subscribers, because she's charging $25 a month. I'm sorry, I wouldn't pay. Nothing against Iggy.
What is she on?
I'm not paying $5 a month to see Iggy Azalea.
Now, what is she on? Now,
OnlyFans. That's all I know.
No, I mean, yeah, but OnlyFans, they usually put that on, whether it be a porn site or something like that, to reach even more people who want to see her have.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
She got like 1,000 followers.
She had 1,000 followers a month who would pay a $25 fee.
and remember,
It's good money
she's,
now.
and if she's on a service that is worldwide,
And she's Iggy, so she
yeah.
probably has like.
Well, she's Iggy. Yeah, she's
Yeah.
got so many followers. She's an influencer. Here's the deal. You know, if another artist, her name, her name is Bad Baby. You know, Bad.
His name.
What his name? No, who am I thinking of? Then there's another one that's a female.
Oh, he's talking about the young girl.
Yeah.
The Catch Me Outside girl.
It's somebody baby though.
Bad Barbie. No.
Is it?
I
No,
can't remember.
I thought it was Bad Baby. Well, all I
You're
could say,
right. You're right.
it is Bad Baby.
Yeah.
Bad Baby. Okay, Bad Baby got on OnlyFans. In 6 hours, made $1 million.
yeah.
In 6 hours.
Yeah.
First day. Anyway, so if you're thinking of a way to make extra money,
That's why I want to go back to what I had mentioned earlier. You know what? They have that GoFundMe and all that kind of stuff.
Sure.
We could go ahead and make sure that this program stays on the air for as long as we want to, instead of us you know what we do in between shows. We got to,
We could have like a
hustle and stuff like that.
a
Yeah.
GoFundMe account.
Yeah.
Much like, we could sit here and say, hey, if you go to our GoFundMe account, you can contribute to keep this show on the air, much like OETA does.
Thank you.
When they say, if you like the programming you're seeing here.
And we're at least as good as OETA.
Yeah.
So that's no
Easily. Come on.
Yeah. So
I do like OETA. They
well,
do have
let's
some
talk to our producer about that. He's
All
a
right.
pretty wise individual, and let's see what happens.
Okay. I'm with you. All right, we got to take a break first. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back, and we've got some other stuff to take care of here. We got email. We have Roy, the movie guy, checking in with us, and then we've got news of the I'll Be Damned, the Sleezy, Trashy, Showbiz Report, Tribond,
And
so
why?
more.
And why you should pee the way the experts are telling you to pee.
I can't wait to learn how to pee. Finally, after all these years, I'm going to learn how to do it the right way. All right, we'll take a break. Stand by. Back in a
Jack,
flash.
hey, I need some wings. Are you guys up there?
Affirmative. Your backup is cloud-based. It's all on the cloud nowadays.
That's funny. But you guys have the wings?
Winger, Jack. Winger. Hey, they had a couple of big hits back in the 80s, remember? Winger, Big Hair.
Great wings don't just fall from the sky. They come from Louie's, where we're preparing food fresh daily. Come try one of our great new sandwiches. Or wings with any of 7 delicious sauces. Louie's, we're in your neighborhood.
We've got this down to a science. Over. Yeah, we're just not up here winging it.
Hey, Al, I thought we were meeting at Othello's.
Hey, Jack, I am at Othello's.
Well, I'm looking around and I don't see you. Well, wait, are you at Othello's in Edmond?
No, I'm at Othello's in Campus Corner in Norman.
Oh, great. Well, fortunately, both Othello's have great Italian food.
They sure do, and I'm having the baked ziti.
Ooh, I'm having chicken marsala.
Let's continue with the meeting.
Yeah, sure thing, over the phone, but I need one thing.
What's that?
Your credit card number, because you're buying. Othello's Italian Restaurant on Campus Corner in Norman and in downtown Edmond.
You bought it online, and now you need to haul that big couch. Flash hauler it. Bought a washer or dryer and need to transport it from the seller's location to yours? Flash hauler it. Have office furniture to move across town? Flash hauler it. Car breakdown and you need a tow? Flash hauler it. Anytime you need furniture or appliances moved or need a tow, Flash hauler it. Haul it, tow it, deliver it with Flash hauler. Download the Flash hauler app free. Do it now. Flash hauler. By the way, Flash Hauler has a number of great options for you. They have HOD, hauling on demand, meaning if you've got a particular item and you don't have a vehicle big enough or a trailer or a truck, van, whatever, to transport it from point A to point B, they can do it for you. They've got drivers all over the city. Go to flashhauler.com. That's flashhauler.com. You can download the app. It's so simple. Much like Uber, you just go ahead and punch it up. They've got drivers all over the city waiting at a moment's notice to do just that.
Now, wait a minute. I'm trying to do my bedroom over. I want to make it more attractive. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Sensual and all of that. Now, all that stuff has to come out. Now, I have this bad back from when I used to do nothing. Well, here's the deal. Will they help me knock out all that stuff in that bedroom?
They will.
I can't do it.
First off, they'll help you mount that sign that says the Leather Castle and the arena, and then above the bedroom door. And then they'll go ahead and here's the deal. If you're looking to replace the carpet with maybe wood floors, they'll rip the carpet. They'll come in and they'll move all the furniture out of there. And then the carpet guy comes in and rips out all the carpet, and the wood guy lays all the wood floors and what have you. But here's the deal. Flash hauler's job is to have a guy come in and move all the furniture out and then move it all back in for you exactly as you'd want it. That's simple.
I'm digging that. And if I want to paint the room, they'll do the same thing. I guess some of it they can move to the center, but now they got to paint the ceiling as well. Not Flash hauler, but whoever I hire to go ahead and do that. They can go ahead and do that too. I'm going to go ahead and give them a shout right now.
There you go. They've got a new feature. It's called Nice and Free.
Tell us about that.
Nice and Free is a deal like this. A lot of the people that transport and move stuff with Flash hauler are senior citizens who move into, say, a smaller living quarter. They move from a big house. They're downsizing. Maybe they move into a retirement community. Well, they've got a lot of extra stuff, furniture, chairs, couches, maybe a desk, a credenza, whatever. They give it to Flash hauler. Flash hauler will give it to you free. All you do is have Flash hauler take it from the Flash hauler storage unit to your place. And it's simple. The stuff is free.
I mean,
go to
can you
flashhauler.com.
Can you imagine filling up your man cave, or if you're in school, your dorm room, and it won't send you to the bank, breaking you to buy this furniture? You can go ahead and pick it up for free. I tell you what, Flash Hauler has it. They have it all together in one location. You need to check them out.
Just go to Flash Hauler, FLASHOLR. That's FLASHOLR.com, flashhauler.com. They'll do it for you. And even if you have a question or two about some of their services, they'll answer it for you. And in most cases, the answer is going to be yes. All right, we've got to get to the email because we get a lot of email from people in crisis, people with problems who say, hey, Jackie, will you help me?
Yeah, and a lot of times the emails we get concern things that are happening in this world or even in this town. Let's check it out.
All right, then.
Dear Jack and Ron, my wife and I are having an argument over curfew. Our 16-year-old girl thinks 12 is okay on weekends. We say 11 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
She brings up the fact that she can drive and is responsible, good grades and all of that.
Yeah, right.
And so now what? What do you guys say? Well, tell you what.
Let me jump in real quick. I say whatever the parents decide is right.
Thank you. That's the end of that.
Simple enough.
That's the end of that story. When you argue with your child or talk with your child or negotiate with your child, you've already lost. It is what it is. And you are doing what you're doing or saying what you want done for a specific reason, and it is for the benefit of that child. They may not see it just then, but it's for the benefit of that child. So,
and it's kind of like parents say to that child at that age, if she's 15 or 16 or whatever.
16.
Okay, the parents will say, when you're an adult and when you're a parent like we are, you'll see it our way. And that's so true. They won't see it your way right now. But as an adult, as a parent, when they're in their 30s, 40s, they're going to see it your way for sure.
Compared to when I used to live at home, man, I got 20/20 now.
There you go.
I promise you. It's like, didn't I raise hell like this at home? Wow, I see what they were talking about.
Like
now.
Johnny Nash said, I can see clearly now. Okay, now here's another thought. Bricktown is, I think, still working on passing a law that says Bricktown is off limits after 9 o'clock for anybody under the age of 18, unless you're with an adult, a parent or whatever, a guardian.
Movies and stuff like that.
Yeah, because parents become a mini Detroit lately. And so Bricktown, they're trying to control and patrol those areas and making it safer for everybody by keeping anybody under the age of 18 who isn't accompanied by a guardian, a parent, or whatever, to get the heck out of town. So
yeah, see, I'm of that opinion. Someone may disagree with me, but here's the deal. I still lay it at the feet of the parents. If your child is out there running around, shooting people, beating up people, stabbing people, things like that, and you jump back, oh my goodness, what is going on? You should be going on. You should be taking care of that kid, because you know what? Somebody will end that child's life if they try to do that. I'm not saying that, to scare you. I'm saying that to warn you. You need to go ahead and take care of the business as far as your child is concerned. There are a lot of people down there who are there to have fun, and some may have had something to drink. You understand what I'm saying? And if that's the case, you don't know what's going to happen. But that's a heck of a job for the police. What are they going to do? Everybody has to have a clip or something on their shirt to show that they're at least 18 if it's after 9 o'clock or what have you. I understand the police have to do their job, but they shouldn't have to do their job alone. You should be able to go ahead and tell that kid what time to be back and let them know. Who's running that house anyway, you or them?
Yeah, we just recently heard of a TikTok prank where they were some kids, I forget what city it was, but they would run and slam their body into a fence that's around a property, a wood fence, and knock the fence down, blast through it. And they think it's funny because it's a TikTok challenge. They call it the Kool-Aid challenge because years ago, the big picture of Kool-Aid in the cartoon.
Yeah. To come through the little wall.
Come through the wall.
Yeah.
Anyway, one of the kids in the vehicle that was doing this, one of them was I think the oldest in the vehicle was 18. The youngest was 12. It's 4 a.m, and you don't know where your 12-year-old child is? Come on. That's the worst type of parenting. You probably shouldn't have been a parent to begin with.
Yeah.
That's the way it was.
I just remember one thing, and it sort of taught me a lesson. I was on my way home. This was when I was living at home, and the police stopped me and asked me where was I going, and I said, home, 2 blocks that way. And well, for one thing, I had been talking to a couple of guys that at this corner were trying to get me to give them a ride, and I said no. And then as I moved on down the street, then the police got in behind me. It was an unmarked vehicle, and all of a sudden this grill came along, and I didn't know what to say or what to do. I had just gotten my license for I'd had it about a year, I guess. And I'm saying, well, what do I do? What do I say? I'm going home. There's nothing else I can say. And they were nice enough to let me go and warn me about talking to people, stopping and talking to people that late at night. So, but I agree with Jack 1,000%. You're the parent. There are a lot of things going on that your child has not encountered, not had to deal with, or anything else. You have. Save them from bumping their head against the wall if you can, if they'll listen. And for those watching right now, if your parents say something you don't like, okay, fine, don't like it, but do what they say.
All right, we've got to say hi to Sharita Barrett, who's checking us out online today.
Mercy.
Hey, be sure to share this video podcast on our Facebook page. Share it with everybody you know, all your friends, all your loved ones, even people you hate. Share it with everybody.
Especially them.
Yeah, let them know we're here each and every Monday at 1 o'clock doing this asinine thing that we do. All right, we got to get to Roy, the movie guy. He's joining us today. And he's got, I don't know what movie he's talking about, but he always surprises us. Let's check in with Roy.
Directed by Michael B. Jordan. Starring Michael B. Jordan, Tessa Thompson, Jonathan Majors, and Felicia Richard. Still dominating the boxing world, Adonis Creed is thriving in his career and family life. When Damien, a childhood friend and former boxing prodigy, resurfaces after serving time in prison, he's eager to prove that he deserves a shot in the ring. The face-off between former friends is more than just a fight. To settle the score, Adonis must put his future on the line to battle Damien, a fighter who has nothing to lose. With a runtime of 1 hour and 57 minutes long, rated PG-13. Addressing the fact that Sylvester Stallone is not in this movie for the first time, the press talked to Stallone and he said, what it was is, Michael B. Jordan is telling a story, highly personal, but there's no room for me. In other words, it's about his character Adonis Creed's family, about his dilemma, and about his journey that has nothing to do with boxing. And that's a look at what's opening up this weekend at the box office. Back to you guys in the studio.
All right, yeah, Sylvester can go back to being the Tulsa King. He doesn't have to worry about being Creed.
Yeah, I heard they're not going to even film Tulsa King in Oklahoma anymore. Is that true?
That I don't know. All I know is when it had its first run, and it was a successful run for Slide, that they said, even though it said Tulsa King, they shot a lot of that particular show right here in Oklahoma City.
They did.
And so if that's the case, unless they do a lot of stock footage that they can use, I can see them maybe trying to cut down on expenses and stuff, and maybe use the stock footage and just shoot it out in California.
Yeah,
but I would rather them do it here, though.
They can probably find plenty of places in California that would resemble, or at least they can recreate the look like Tulsa or Oklahoma City.
Get some old wood.
Some old wood. There you go, Tulsa. There's a positive thought. Get a bunch of old brick and wood, slap something together, and you've got Tulsa, Oklahoma.
There you go.
All right. Thank you, Roy. Appreciate it. Let's get to some more audio. There's a pizzeria in Ohio. Getting some backlash after hanging up a sign. It's an ad that reads, "Now hiring non-stupid people." I think you should be able to do that. Anyway, here's the owner's daughter. Her name is Jaden. She's talking about the reasoning behind the help wanted sign. Listen up.
It's more humor than anything. It's not meant to target anyone like that or be rude. A lot of people that we've hired, there's really no work ethic behind them. So I guess that's the meaning behind the non-stupid.
It's hard to get good people anymore, especially in the food industry for whatever reason. You go to a restaurant and for the most part, almost every restaurant is a bit short-handed. They just don't have the staff, the full staff of, full complement of people. So unfortunately, these people are working twice as hard as they would have to if they had additional helpers. But anyway, what they're looking for is people that when they do come on board actually put in a good day's work, as opposed to just hanging around, playing on their phone, flirting in the back room with the cook or whatever.
Isn't that any and everybody?
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much in any position, in any job. Yeah, no doubt about it. All right. I got to get to this little feature that I know is always a smoking hit. Yeah, right. It's news of the I'll be damned.
Bring it.
All right. 24-year-old woman in Florida named Amaray. She went through McDonald's drive-thru last week. She wanted to get a free cookie, which was apparently being offered through a loyalty program. If you sign up for the rewards programs or whatever, you get a notification that, hey,
McDonald's going to have your order, please.
You got a free cookie coming.
Free cookie. Yes.
Anyway, she didn't get her free cookie and she was pissed. She became enraged. She started yelling and then she pulled out a gun, then loaded it and started waving it around. The workers gave her the cookie. Well, I would too. I'd give her a dozen.
I was about to say Baker's dozen.
But guess what? She still wasn't satisfied. She was hot under the collar. She pulled into the parking lot space, stormed into the restaurant. Employees called 911 and tried to lock the door, but she was able to free herself from inside quicker than the door would lock. A little scuffle ensued. Fortunately, nobody was hurt. She was arrested, hit with multiple charges, including aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, battery, and resisting an officer. As it turns out, get this, she just happens to be the manager of another fast food restaurant, although police didn't say which one. So how would you think, and what kind of crap is that? You work for a fast food restaurant, you're a manager, you know how you'd react to this sort of behavior, and now you're pulling it yourself. Well, all right.
Just let you know that it drives you crazy.
Yeah.
That position drives you nuts.
Yeah, being a manager at a fast food restaurant.
Yep.
I got one more for you. There's a woman in a neighborhood known as Grandma. That's what she's known as. Last Friday, she was on the way to chemotherapy when a 15-year-old boy tried to carjack her.
Hey, Granny.
Here she is. Chemotherapy, which means she's obviously suffering with cancer. He walked up to her and demanded her car keys, saying he had a gun, but Grandma didn't care. She told him, baby, you better shoot me because you're not taking my car. He grabbed at her hand, and they started brawling. She told the news, he pushed me to the door. I got up, and I grabbed him and was hitting him. I hit him, and he was fighting, and I fought him, and I said, you're not going to take my car, youngin'. Grandma called for help, and her neighbors came out. The kid ran across the street, but neighbors caught him. Between them and Grandma, kid got roughed up pretty bad because he left in an ambulance.
See, that's the best. That's the best way to do it.
That's the way to end it.
You give them something to remember.
Yeah,
a scar that they'll have to explain the rest of their lives.
Yeah, and first he goes to the hospital in the ambulance, then he gets to go to jail. And how old is he? 15, and he's trying to steal a car. He doesn't even have a driver's license. Not that matters. Kid's obviously on his road to thugdom. Where were the parents? Where was the upbringing? Where were the parents?
All right, see, he's lucky. I don't know if you ever watched this program. It comes on after The View. Tamron Hall.
I like Tamron Hall. She's very nice.
They had a young lady on there who was working out in her apartment's gym, and this guy came in and tried to attack her. This chick is built. Do you hear me? She is built. And while he was trying to wrestle and attack her, she was hitting him with a phone with one hand and had his head in her arm like this. It was hitting him.
Had him in a headlock. Yeah, I love it.
And she finally got away, and the cops got him and whatever. But I was rooting her on. She was beating that ass, man.
That's beautiful.
Come on,
beautiful.
What else you want?
There you go. All right, we got to get to another quick piece of audio for you. Get this. A couple in Pennsylvania talking about how 40 years ago, the man's wife, this is the couple, okay? The wife hired several teenage hitmen hitmen to kill her husband.
Teenage?
Yeah. Teenage hitmen. Where do you get teenage hitmen? Anyway,
that's not good.
They attempted to murder him 5 times, including trying to blow up his car, trying to shoot him, attacking him with baseball bats, and several other ways that they planned to kill him. Here are Tony and Francis. This is Tony and Francis Toto. They're talking about their marital troubles, the murder attempts, and then how they made up. Yeah, she tried to have him killed 5 different times by teenage hitmen.
No.
Anyway, listen to what they have to say.
No making up.
Twice, one in the back of my head and another bullet went right through the chest.
And the one in his head is still there. I don't think I was thinking straight. It was like a love-hate kind of a thing.
And then we both cry and we say to each other, from now on, let's talk, let's communicate better. Something that we should have done before.
Okay, he still got a bullet in his head?
You are crazy as all get out, dude.
That bullet made you dumber than you really were before it happened.
Your wife hires and teenagers at that, hire someone to kill you. We made up. I'd be sleeping with one eye open from that point on. No.
I remember a movie about something similar to that years ago, and it was a
Twilight Zone, wasn't it?
No, it was a girl who was a reporter on TV, and I don't know if it's a true story or based on a true story, but she hired, because she was hot for this high school kid that she was teaching, or she was teaching broadcast news to, or some such thing. Anyway, she hired him and one other guy to kill her husband, and I think they did. I mean, in the movie, but I mean, not in real life. But maybe it was based on a true story. All I know is it was very interesting because she was obviously psycho. And now, in this case, you got to figure this woman couldn't be too right in the head to hire people to try to have her husband killed 5 different times. And isn't it funny too that the Tiger King, Joe, what's his name? Exotic is in prison because he allegedly hired a guy to try to kill Carol Baskin, his competitor in Florida.
That's you touched on exactly what I was going to say. If she hired, and everyone knows that she hired these teenagers, why is she still out? Why is he still able to talk to her like that and have a conversation? She should be in jail.
No doubt about it. But hey, he apparently didn't press charges. He loves her. They're deeply in love, so they're together again. All right, let's get to our
break.
Sleazy, Trashy Showbiz Report.
All right, let's jump on it. The real Cocaine Bear, and as we said last week, Cocaine Bear is based on a true story. The real Cocaine Bear is stuffed and in the Kentucky Fun Mall in Lexington.
Fun Mall?
Fun Mall.
Wow.
Yeah. There really was a Cocaine Bear, but he died. And you understand why. It's over, but 103 people complained Rihanna's halftime show was too sexual. Janet Jackson and Justin Timberlake got 540,000 complaints. Rihanna only had 103.
I didn't think it was sexual, or I didn't think there was any innuendo. I thought it was just.
Oh, it was fine. It was saying, well, she was standing there with her legs open. Well, she stands on her legs, and she even put her hand in her crotch a couple of times. So what? This country is so divided, and I don't mean just politically. This country is really divided, and some people need to get some help. Touchy-feely Harvey Weinstein was sentenced to another 16 years in prison, which means he will probably die there. He still has some more cases, and I'm sure he wishes he had some more so he wouldn't have to go to jail.
No kidding.
Ah, boy. In the next Daryl story in The Walking Dead, believe it or not, Daryl goes to France.
Daryl goes to France. Okay.
And they said this Walking Dead will be a little lighter than the one that we used to see. We'll see about that. Hair samples from George Washington, JFK, Dwight Eisenhower, and Ronald Reagan will be shot into space. Why?
Who keeps those things? Hair samples from all those presidents?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they will be riding with a sample from Star Trek's DeForest Kelley and Nichelle Nichols. She played Uhura, her ashes. King Charles, problems for this guy, is having trouble getting acts for his coronation. He's been turned down by Elton John, Spice Girls, Harry Styles, and Adele. Lionel Richie, though, has been booked. Dilbert has been dropped from several publications. Its creator called black people a hate group and urged white people to get the hell away from him. So
this is the guy who created Dilbert, the cartoon, the newspaper cartoon character or whatever, cartoon
I'm
series.
telling you, you see somebody, you like their work and what have you, but you never know what's really going on. Just like that dude from Seinfeld.
Where would you get that kind of crap, too? Where would this guy come up with this stuff? That black people are a hate group and white people should get away from them.
It all depends upon what he's been watching or
maybe
how he grew up. Something like that. Finally, Lady Gaga is being sued by the dog thief accomplice who returned her dogs because she never received the $500,000 no questions asked reward.
Oh.
Now, Lady Gaga is saying, hey, my dog walker was shot. Believe it or not, he lived with her for a couple of months because he didn't have any, he was a dog walker. So how much money did he really have?
Sure, yeah. How much money can you make doing that?
Yeah. And they said that no questions asked thing was, it's kind of a touchy point. And I'm saying she doesn't have to worry about a thing. This guy was an accomplice in the original crime. That's your Hollywood update.
There you go. Good stuff. Time now for the dumbass joke of the day. It's one of Richard's favorite parts of the program. Yeah. Here's what we do. We have 3 very cheesy jokes, extremely cheesy jokes, and we ask Ron to pick one of these cheesy jokes for us to share. Mm-hmm. And so, again, Ron gets to pick his cheese. The 3 jokes today, Ron. Number 1, the robot. Number 2, the explanation of life. Number 3, the little girl. Again, the robot, the explanation of life, the little girl.
For all of the parents out there that have children that they really have problems with, let's go with the robot.
The robot?
Yeah.
Okay, so
wish my kid was a robot.
The father goes out, the dad buys a lie detecting robot that slaps a person when they lie. So he decides to test it out on his son at supper. He says to his son, "Where were you last night?" Kid says, "I was at the library." Robot slaps the kid in the face. "Okay," the kid says, I was at a friend's house. And Dad says, "Oh, yeah? Doing what?" He says, "Watching a movie, Toy Story." The robot slaps him again. And the kid says, "Oh, okay, Dad, it was porn." The father yells, "What? When I was your age, I didn't even know what porn was." The robot slaps the father. The mother laughs and says, "He certainly is your son." The robot slaps the mother. Oh, hello.
Sorry, no, strong.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Don't slow down now. Come on.
I got another one. The child asks his father, "How were people born?" Father says, "Adam and Eve made babies. Then their babies became adults and made babies, and so on." The child then went to his mother and asked the same question. "How were people born?" She says, "Well, we were all monkeys, and then we evolved to become like we are now." The child ran back to the dad and said, "Look, you lied to me." And the father says, No. Your mom was talking about her side of the family. Oh, hello. Okay.
Jeez, man.
We got you one more.
Oh, is he gonna do 3 for 3?
I think we're going to hit it out of the park. Little girl goes home and tells Mom, I got paid $20 by a little boy if I would wear a dress and climb a tree. And she says, "That's awful. You don't know, he just wanted to see your panties." And the girl says, "Yeah, well, you see, Mom, I was smart. I took them off." Hey.
Jack for 3 for 3.
There you go.
Yeah, look at you, man. What did you do last night? I mean, you just set up and worked on this, didn't you? Yeah, no kidding.
I was all concerned about the storms last night, so I thought I better bring the A stuff today. All right, speaking of stuff, we got some Tribond for you. The way this works is we give you 3 words. You got to come up with one word that works with a 3. Your answer must match ours. Here are the 3 words from last week, because we always give you a Tribond on one Monday and then reveal the answer the following week. And then we give you the new one. Here we go. Last week, bar, school, door. This was so easy. Yeah, a monkey with no banana, no tail, and only one leg and an eye patch could get this one. Bar, school, door. Did you get it, Richard?
We have no tree to climb, man.
No, bar, school, door.
Oh, door. It was
Yeah.
the last word.
Bar,
school, door. Come on, man.
What type of bar? A bar of soap or a regular bar?
Any kind of bar.
No, okay. Any kind of bar.
One more time. Bar, school, door. Give up? Waving the white flag? What do you think?
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead.
All right.
Is it high?
No, the word is bell.
Bell. That's
Yeah.
right.
Bar bell, school bell, doorbell. There you go.
My wife did get it.
She did?
Yeah, she messaged it to me last week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And you forgot. Well, then we've got one for you this week, and maybe she'll get the answer to this one correct as well. Once again, we give you 3 words. You need to come up with one word that works with the 3. 3 words this week. Food, salt, sick. Oh, this is so easy.
Let me write this down now.
Okay.
Food,
come on. Salt, sick. Oh, that's so easy. I'm hurting. I'm cramping. It's so easy. Food, salt, sick. Those are your 3 words. Food, salt, sick. Next week, we will give you the answer. All right?
All right.
Very good.
Well, I think it's about that time for us to go ahead and wrap this bad boy up. Right after we talk about Too Tough
Trivia. We got to get the answer. By the way, my friend Christy Stewart checking us out today. Hey, Christy, up there in Toronto. Thank you for checking us out.
Well, I was. We'll do the P story next week.
Oh, what happened to the P story?
Well, we're at the end. It's time for us to go, man. You know?
Oh, damn.
See, they're getting ready to open the door to let people in, so we got to go.
How long is the P story?
Oh, I don't know. As long as we want to make it, depends upon how P strikes you.
Well, we've got another 5 minutes or so.
You got a what?
You got a pee? Okay, he's got a pee.
All right,
so,
well, all right.
Go ahead and say the P story.
All right.
Okay, I want to hear this pee story. You teased it enough. Come on.
If you pee for less or longer than 21 seconds, experts say you're training your bladder wrong.
What?
Less or extra?
Uh-huh. It needs to be.
So you're supposed to pee 21 seconds?
Right around
exactly.
21 seconds to help your bladder, to help everything. They said that is the, and I'm saying, well, really, who came up with this idea?
Yeah, who did?
Who's standing by the urinal with a stopwatch?
Yeah, no doubt.
All right, sir, you're at 40 seconds. Let me look at that, sir.
Yeah, you are not training your bladder properly. Okay, so who was a study done by? Is there a legitimate organization?
Some university study. You know, right now every college has some type of study that they're doing, and then they can back it up, and they'll throw it out there, and you'll say, "Wow!"
This sounds to me like it was a study organized by some fraternity, and they went to the girls at a sorority and said, "We're going to time you. Okay, we want to make sure your bladder is properly operating." And so they go in with them, and you get where I'm going with this.
Yeah. Yeah. How did it turn out?
All I know is 21 seconds is the maximum and minimum that you're supposed to go.
That's right. That you're training your bladder 21 seconds. That should be just about it.
All right. Keep that in mind.
All right. Now, Too Tough Trivia, my friend. The question: where and during what year were Chinese checkers invented?
1892 was the year.
1892. Is that correct?
I can't remember where I was at.
No, that's not.
Oh, okay. 1892.
He's close. He's close.
I am close?
Yeah.
Is it 1891?
No, you're not that close.
1893? No. It's in the 1800s. Let's put it that way.
I'll put it this way. You said 1892. It was 1862.
Oh, man, that's my brain flipping numbers.
1862, and it was invented in Cuba.
Was it in the European area?
Yes.
Hold on real quick then. Let me
Germany.
Yeah, German. That is it.
Did we get it?
Woo!
Yeah.
Teamwork, baby.
German. Yeah.
It is Germany?
Two of you to answer one question. That's pretty good.
Hey. Chinese checkers invented in 1862
in Germany.
All right.
And it's
I
like,
think it's Switzerland for some reason, but I know that's not
and you keep saying, why do they call it Chinese checkers? Why they, German checkers or something like that.
I haven't played Chinese checkers in so long, I think I'd forget how to play if somebody laid the board out in front of me.
There's a lot of stuff.
You just have a bunch of marbles, right?
Yeah.
And you play with the marbles.
See, I haven't played backgammon in so long.
I've never played backgammon.
It was a little a little thing you could take with you in the suitcase and just lay it out right here and just go out. And I've forgotten how to play most of it. I got a backgammon set just sitting at home with dust.
Isn't backgammon played with a spatula or whatever that thing is to lift the cards up from?
No. It's
Different game.
It's inside this little case, and it has white stripes and dark stripes, and you have these little look like checker deals, and you throw the dice, and you try to get from one side to the other before the other person gets to your side. If you land on that person, you get you send that person back to the beginning.
Wow.
And
yeah.
Because there are the little
kind of sounds like Chutes and Ladders.
And if there's two on one stripe, then that is yours. It's blocked. No one can go there. Like I said, it's been, I don't know how long since I played backgammon, but I've got to find somebody so I can play with them and stop doing the stuff I've been doing.
Another game I haven't played in forever, Parcheesi. Anybody ever play Parcheesi?
No.
Yeah.
Parcheesi, man.
It's another game like, we're talking about Chinese checkers, Parcheesi, Chutes and Ladders. All those great games, board game.
So let's go to the side of the house and shoot some craps.
You ever play? Come on, you guys. You ever play Candyland? Sure, you have. All right, we got to wrap this thing up.
Lord have mercy.
Got to get out of here.
The hell neighborhood you grew up in?
We got to go. We got to go. Now, look. When you go out to do what you do, do it like Jack and Ron. Be the very best at what you do. Remember to give it 110, 120, 130% effort like Jack and Ron. Go out there and give it hell.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Good day.